Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Keith Tebow at FRC Media. I was off last week. I am back on this Wednesday and pleased to be joined as I am most Wednesdays with the mayor of the city of Fall River, Mayor Paul Coogan. Mayor, how are you today?
Doing okay, Keith. How about you?
I am doing well. Just a couple of follow-ups as people prepare for the coming week. I actually want to talk about last week, the city council approved your appointment of a new veterans agent, Michelle Hamilton. What do you know about Michelle? What does she bring to the position, and how do you think she'll do serving the veterans of Fall River?
I think she'll do great. She's a high energy individual, a strong commitment to veterans. Obviously, she's a veteran. She knows exactly what the process and benefits are that veterans are eligible to get from our veterans office. She's already here, I believe. I have seen her a number of times prior to that. She was involved with a number of veterans activities, whether it was the parade or any of our celebrations down at the wall. Michelle was always around, 100% committed to making veterans' lives better. Works well with other people, and I think going forward she'll be an asset to the city.
So she's a local. She's a veteran. She's worked with a number of these
She's
groups
from
already,
Raynham.
right?
I think she's from Raynham or Middleborough. But again, she's here so much that she might as well be from Fall River. I've seen her at all the events, whether they're up at the Corky Road Club, the veterans lunches, or the celebrations at the wall or the parades. She's head of the Rolling Thunder Veterans Group, which is a group of veterans that enter parades and things on their motorcycles, and she's always helped coordinate that. I believe she was the president, so she has some definite leadership experience and does know how to coordinate events. So those are all pluses for that job.
Yeah. And obviously, she'll be right into the fray as, we're not too far away, only a few months away from Memorial Day. And there's always a lot going on in the city during that time of the season. The only other thing I want to bring up this week, Mayor, in our short talk this week is, motorists in the city need to be prepared for major changes on Route 79 next week. I believe it's next Tuesday, the 28th, where the a version of the highway that's going to be knocked down, the version that's above grade, if you will be closed permanently. And that will result in some detours for people. But by and large, Duval Street will be open and people should be able to get by, correct?
Absolutely. The businesses down there are going to obviously have easy access for their customers. The things that I want people to stress is if you're coming from north of the city, whether it's Boston, Brockton, stay on 24 a little bit longer. Whether you take the Highland Avenue exit to get to something in the Highlands, President Avenue to get to the Flint, or go all the way around and get off on Pleasant Street or Brayton Avenue to go to South End. I think if you use 24 and make that your commute home from anything north of the city, I think that'll keep what will become Duval Street access a little bit lighter. People just have to drive the extra couple of minutes on those roads. I know I have no problem doing it. Again, anywhere in the city is accessible from 24 and 195, so you don't have to go, down what was the 79 and get onto what's now going to be a lane or a boulevard of Duval Street when there's going to already be people there. We want the businesses down there to know that there is still going to be access to their facilities so people can get down there. Bicentennial Park will still be open. All these things will still be in play. We're just trying to discourage people that if they're just using it as a drive-through, take another way down. I think plans are being, out online now. There's different ways to look at it. And again, that's going to happen the 27th. So it's coming very, very quickly. So people should be aware of it.
Yeah. And one other question in terms of people that are heading north currently on Duval Street that needed to make that U-turn to come around. I believe that is also going to be coming down. What are
That's all
options
going to
for
be
people to
closed.
get to that other side?
Yeah, that was that Commonwealth Landing loop. I think one of the temporaries, it might be Brightman Street going through to Duval Street, taking a left there, but that's going to be coming off of a boulevard now that's much slower than what you were doing on 79, taking that big, circular, half moon turn there. That's going to be gone. So you're going to have to go down to the Commonwealth Landing or the parks through a different way. But at the same time, if all that through traffic's off there, I think it'll be much easier. We're going to lose some parking, obviously, on Duval Street, which we're trying to accommodate with some other businesses we're talking to now. So people just have to be aware that it's going to be a little tighter down there. And going forward, keep your eyes and ears open.
And I'm sure you're also preparing for the construction over the next couple of years and how it may impact events on the waterfront. I know that you're really excited about getting things happening on the
Right.
city pier. What do you expect in terms of any disruption to events down at the waterfront during the construction
Well,
period?
obviously, we have our 4th of July, which is a huge celebration down there. We're talking to some of the areas across the other side of Duval Street where there's some parking. We're going to firm it up. If it involves getting a bus to do some loops and help to transport people where they're going to minimize traffic, we're going to do those things during the construction period. And again, our eyes will be on when Duval Street opens up again, having some on-street parking. And we just don't want to impact the events too much that are going to go on down there in the summer. Obviously, we got a couple of concerts we're going to be putting on the city pier, and a couple other people have approached us about events. It's not firmed up yet, but we're working on them. So we want people to know that that's still going to be a recreation area for the city, and that will be our focus. But parking may be a little bit hairier this year, so keep your eyes and ears open. As I said, we'll get through it.
Yeah. And as much as it may be a temporary inconvenience for people, we've talked about this before, the greater prize at the end is going to be that revitalization and that, opening up and connecting that waterfront to the city when Route 79 is done, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's just going to be a godsend for the whole waterfront area that we can rebuild an entire strip of the city, obviously bringing in new revenue, taxes, jobs, construction work. There's going to be a lot of activity down there, and it's all going to be positive.
All right. All right, Mayor Paul Coogan, short and sweet this week. I appreciate your time. We'll talk again soon.
Okay, Keith, thank you.
All right. Thank you for joining us here on FRC Media. Have a great week.